Mic check. Is my mic on? Turn me up. Yeah. Well, I got some good news and I got some bad news. Well, if you think about it, it might be good news and good news. Well, let me give you the good news first. The good news is that I'm going to stop doing diss videos against the so-called travel bros. Yeah, you heard me. That's right. I said I'm going to stop doing diss videos against certain travel bros or so-called travel bros. You know, putting your foot on these niggas' neck, it gets exhausting. It really do. It turned into a full-time job. And I really just don't have the time. And I just don't really have the energy to keep my foot on these niggas' neck. Because it's mentally exhausting. It really is. So, I've decided to give these niggas a reprieve. That's right. I'm going to give these niggas a reprieve. And I'm going to go back to my original programming. Because I got other things to do. And I don't have time to be just continuously putting my foot on these niggas' neck. Because it'll just be a full-time job, and I just don't have the time, and I don't have the energy. So what I've come up with to alleviate that is that I've come up with a system, because every system should be codified. I mean, you guys never codified this travel system because everybody's going at each other. Everybody's saying what they are and who they are and so forth. So what I've come up with a codification system to label who's who in this travel game. Now, this codification system, this is law. This is standard. And for anybody to say, fuck your codification system, well, you should have created one. I'm the first one to do it. It's on YouTube now. People gonna look at it. It's standard now. This is what it is. And if you don't like it, tough titty. Now this is how it goes. There's 4 tiers in this system. You have the first tier, the lower tier rather. You have virgins. The next tier up is passport roaches. The next tier up is passport bros. And the top tier is passport pro bros. Let's start off with the first tier, virgins. Virgins are, that's pretty self-explanatory. Virgins are men that have never traveled before. They don't have passports, or they have passports and they have never traveled internationally. It gets no simpler than that. Those guys are called virgins. Let me repeat that again. They don't have a passport, or they have a passport and they have yet to use that passport. Those travelers are considered virgins. The next tier up is called passport roaches. Now, these are men who travel exclusively to known sex tourism hotspots, which include Brazil, Colombia, the Dominican Republic, Thailand, and the Philippines. These individuals routinely travel to these destinations. Now, we know individuals that travel to these destinations that's on YouTube. You know, these YouTubers, and we're just gonna focus on the content creators, because I'm pretty sure the guys that don't create content, they're they can be classified as this as well. That's the classification. But to give you an example of individuals that would be considered passport roaches, because they make content and they travel to these destinations only, we can just give you a few examples. For example, and that's no disrespect to these gentlemen, I don't hate any of these guys. And also, being a passport roach doesn't mean that you're going to be a passport roach for the rest of your life. You can get out of that category. But if you only exclusively travel to those destinations, you're considered a passport roach. Now, if you are a passport roach, you cannot claim to be a passport bro or a travel bro. You're not a passport bro and you're not a travel bro. You are a passport roach. Now, can you work your way up to being a passport bro? Yes. You can get out of the roach zone. But for now, you are a passport roach. You cannot false claim to be a passport bro. There's certain criterias that you have to meet in order to be a passport bro. The next step up is passport bro. Now, these are the guys that can claim to be passport bros. Black men that travel to other than sex tourism hotspot countries, which include any countries other than Brazil, Colombia, Dominican Republic, Philippines, and Thailand. These brothers can claim to be passport bros. For example, Checks in Effect. He can claim to be a passport bro. O'Shea Duke Jackson, Jamaican Traveler, The Flyboy Way, Jabril from Passport Heavy, I Am Mara can claim it as well. These are the guys that can claim to be passport bros. And the final designation, the top tier, passport pro bro. These are the guys that can claim to be passport pro bros. They can also claim to be passport bros. These are black men who travel to countries that are not exclusively known as sex tourism hotspots. These individuals have traveled to numerous countries outside of the sex tourism hotspots, especially countries not known for sex tourism. These are pretty much the top tier guys. This is the top tier of the travel bros. These are the pro bros. For example, Passport Action, Ace Live, Go Black to Africa, Dinas Amir, Barbershop World TV, No Excuse Entertainment, the twins from Foreign Strategies. These are the guys that can claim to be Passport Pro Bros. Now, this is the codification system. Now, a virgin can work its way all the way up to Passport Pro Bros. You don't have to stay in one of these lower tiers. You can work your way up. But these are the classifications. If you don't meet these requirements, you can't claim that classification. If you never been outside of the United States on a travel trip, you can't say you're a passport bro just because you have a passport. If you've only been to the sex tourism areas, you're only considered to be a passport roach. In order for you to get out of the roach zone, you have to travel to other countries where they're not selling pussy. Then you become a passport bro. Now, these are the rules. So there won't be any more dissing. There won't be any more false claiming or anything. For all the passport roaches that have hookers in their videos and they want to put hookers on camera, you can do it now. Nobody's going to attack you because we know that you are a passport roach. That's what roaches do. Passport bros don't do stuff like that. Passport pro bros most definitely don't do stuff like that. And of course, virgins, they've never been anywhere, so they can't do stuff like that. So there won't be any more attacking anybody. There won't be any more, anybody crying about somebody's being negative or somebody's not letting them have fun, because everybody has a classification now. And we know that certain classifications will act a certain way now. If they act a certain way, we know what classification they're in. So there won't be any more name calling, bashing, or attacking anyone. This is the classification now. It's up on YouTube. So if anybody wants to know what classification they are, just send them to this video and they can determine from their passport book. We got everything set up now, so there should be no more discussions. You guys have a wonderful day and happy travels.